Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the circle of fifths, and I'm going to share with you a great website that you can use to practice your key signatures. Okay, so if you don't know what the circle of fifths is, no worries. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to show you the different ways you can use it to help you identify your key signatures. But it's important for you to be aware of what key you're in so you know what finger pattern to play in. So let's go and talk about the circle. This would be great if you have a sheet of paper that you can follow along on. You just want to make sure that you have a way to get to this in case you need to use it. So you always want to start off with your circle. It is called the circle of fifths, and you want to label the circle. Now, when you label the circle, there's a very specific way that you want to put these letters in. And the letters are going to be your musical alphabets. I always like to start off with C on top, because C is always 0. And we have a saying that'll help us out labeling the rest of the circle. That saying is going to be, fats, cats, go, down, alleys, eating, birds. Yes, I know it sounds silly, but I promise you, I still use this to this day. If you can remember this saying, you will always have the best luck when identifying the circle of fifths. Okay, now there's two sides of the circle. There's the right side and then there's the left side. So let's go and talk about the right side. The right side is going to be your sharp side. So I like to label that. And the left side is going to be your flat side. So let's label that. Now I'm looking at the sharp side. You want to label the sharp side as well. And it's going to be your saying just the way it comes. So here we go. Fats, cats, go, down, alleys, eating, birds. Excellent. Now let's look at the flat side. The flat side is just going to be a mirrored image of that. So we're going to start off on the right and go to the left. So here we go. Fats, cats, go, down, alleys, eating, birds. Very good. So now we have all of this information. How can we use this to help us out and identify a key signature? Well, let me show you. Let's go and go with green here. And let's say that I want to find the key of D major. Well, I would need to go to the right side because it's a major key and there's no flat in there. It's D major. So I want to make sure I go to the right, and I'm going to go 1, 2. I just want to count the number of jumps to get to that note. And it's important that you remember that C is always 0. If you count C, then it's going to throw off your whole circle. So remember, C is always 0. In this case, if I were to ask you how many sharps do we have in the key of D major, well, we have 2 jumps, so we have 2 sharps. Now, if I asked you what sharps are they, you would come over here and you would read from left to right. So 1, 2. Those are your sharps for the key of D major. Let's go and try another one. Let's say I'm looking for the key of B major. Well, it would be the same thing. We would count the jumps and we would go to the right side because it's B major, not B flat major. So let's go ahead and count. C is always 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 sharps in the key of B major. So now I ask you what sharps are they. I come over here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. Those are your 5 sharps for the key of B major. Very good. Now let's go and look at a flat example. Or let's go to the flat side here. Let's say I'm looking for the key of A flat major. Now, you know we're going to the left side because I'm looking for the key of A flat major. Good, so now let's just go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 flats in the key of A flat major. And I'm looking at this side, and I know we labeled it from right to left, but you want to read it from left to right. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are your 4 flats for the key of A flat major. Very good. Let's go and look at another example here. It's really simple. Once you label the circle and you remember that C is always 0 and you are aware of which side of the circle to go, then you'll be able to find the key for whatever key they're asking for. Okay, so that's how you find a number of sharps or flats in a key signature. Well, what if you're already given the sharps or the flats? How can you use the circle of fifths to identify the key when you already have the sharps? Well, it's pretty simple. So let's say I'm back here and they give me a key signature with 3 sharps. Well, the sharps already tell me that I'm going to go to the right side of the circle, and the 3 sharps tell me I'm going to have 3 jumps. C is always 0. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You are in the key of A major. Anyway, let's say I'm given 6 sharps, my favorite key. No, it's not. Well, I want to make sure I jump 6 times, and I go to the right side because it's sharps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my key signature here is going to be F sharp major. And of course, if you wanted to know what notes were sharp, you would just bring it over here and you would count up to 6 and then you would have your sharps. Let's go ahead and look at a flat example. So again, I'm given the number of flats and I need to identify what key I'm in. So I'm over here. Let's say I'm given 5 flats. Well, again, it's flats, so I'm going to go to the left side and I just want to count to 5. C is always 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My key is the key of D flat major. Now again, because we went to the left side, you want to make sure you include the name flats when you're identifying the key. Because if you don't, then people are going to think you're going to the right side when it should be the left side. But when you go to the right side, it's actually the wrong side when we're talking about flats. And just make sure that you go to the right side. Okay, let's go and do one last one before we visit this great website. Let's say I have 7 flats. 7 flats looks intimidating, but it's actually the easiest because if you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it brings you back to C. But wait, you just said that C is always 0, so how is it 7 flats? Well, we had to move to the left side and we had to move 7, which led us back to C. But it's actually pretty easy because if you see 7 sharps or 7 flats, you just stay on C and make it sharp or flat. And always remember, fat cats go down alleys eating birds. Always in that order. If you misplace one of these letters, then the circle of fifths is not going to do anything for you. All right, so let's go and talk about this website. The website is called musictheory.net. But I'm going to take you to my website, that flipping orchestra director, because I'm flipping the instructions. See what I'm doing there? But anyways, if you click on students and click on intermediate here, we're going to do some key signature practice. And each link is for the 4 different instruments in the string orchestra family. Now, I'm a bass player, and personally, I think it's the best instrument of all the instruments. So we're going to go with bass. And it's going to bring you to musictheory.net. We're going to use the web version. And here we are. I have the key signature, and I have to identify what key I'm in. So let me go ahead and bring this up over here. Watching some Netflix earlier. The Office is a great show. But you already knew that. All right, so look what I'm going to do here. I have 1 sharp, and C is always 0, so I'm just going to move over 1. So I'm in a key of G. And I'm just going to select G. Yep, that was right. Good. Now I have a flat. And flat is the left side of the circle. So you want to make sure that you move over to the left side. I have 1 flat. I'm going to go over here. Boom. F. Now I'm looking at the key signature. I have nothing on there. C is always 0. And it's just C major. And this is how you're able to use the circle of fifths to help you in identifying your key. So now if we go back to my website here, not this one here. At the very bottom, I created a challenge mode with musictheory.net. And what's going to happen here, use web version, is that I'm going to have 5 minutes to answer 25 questions. And it's just going to give me the key, and I need to identify the key signature. So let's go ahead and see how I do. Here we go. Start the challenge, and let's see what I can do with this. The timer's up there, as you can see. Here we go. All right, so I got 100% and I knocked it out in 1 minute and 12 seconds. Excellent. Now here you want to make sure you select View Report. It's going to ask you to type in your name. So let me type in my name. And what I need you to do here is I need you to take a screenshot and just upload the screenshot to Google Classroom. This is going to let me know how you did, and if you need any help, then I can work with you. If not, then make sure you beat my time. My time is the record. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day.